6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister will address the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York in a short while from now. The Prime Minister and the American President at a meeting in Washington have discussed regional security, including counter-terrorism cooperation. The 14th Joint Cooperation Committee meeting of CPAC concluded in Beijing today. The Foreign Office has expressed concern over the developments in Leh area of the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. 29 more Palestinians have been martyred by the Israeli forces in Gaza. In the Super 4 phase of T20 Asia Cup, Sri Lanka will play against India in Dubai this evening. And now the news in detail. The Prime Minister Mohammad Shahbaz Sharif will address the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York today. In his address, the Prime Minister will urge the international community to resolve the situations of prolonged occupation and denial of right to self-determination from the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir and Palestine. He will in particular draw the attention of the international community towards the grave crisis in Gaza and call for decisive action to end the suffering of the Palestinians. The Prime Minister will also highlight Pakistan's perspective on the regional security situation and other issues of international concern, including climate change, terrorism, Islamophobia, and sustainable development. Radio Pakistan and its national hookup will broadcast live the Prime Minister's address to the United Nations General Assembly after this news bulletin. Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif has expressed the confidence that Pakistan-United States partnership would be further strengthened to the mutual benefit of both the countries. He made the remarks during a meeting with the American President Donald Trump at the White House in Washington, D.C. The Chief of the Army Staff, Field Marshal Syed Asim Munir, was also present during the meeting. The Prime Minister invited the American companies to invest in Pakistan's agriculture, information technology, mines and minerals, and energy sectors. The two leaders also discussed regional security, including counter-terrorism cooperation. The Prime Minister thanked President Donald Trump for his public endorsement of Pakistan's role in counter-terrorism and stressed the need to further enhance cooperation in security and intelligence. Shahbaz Sharif appreciated President Donald Trump's bold and decisive leadership that had facilitated the ceasefire between Pakistan and India, thereby helping to avert a major catastrophe in South Asia. Discussing the situation in the Middle East, the Prime Minister lauded President Donald Trump's efforts to bring about an immediate end to the war in Gaza, especially his initiative to invite key leaders of the Muslim world in New York earlier this week for a comprehensive exchange of views for the restoration of peace in the Middle East, in particular Gaza and the West Bank. The Prime Minister also thanked President Donald Trump for the tariff arrangement that was concluded between Pakistan and the United States earlier this year. He extended a warm and cordial invitation to President Donald Trump to undertake an official visit to Pakistan at his convenience. The 14th Joint Cooperation Committee meeting of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor concluded in Beijing today. The Planning Minister Ehsan Iqbal delivered the closing remarks, emphasizing shared vision, renewed determination, an ambitious roadmap that will shape the next stage of this transformative initiative. He announced that Pakistan and China have agreed to publish an updated CPAC long-term plan within 90 days, reflecting the convergence of Pakistan's 5 E's with the 5 corridors of CPAC Phase 2. He affirmed Pakistan's unwavering commitment to the safety and security of all CPAC projects and every Chinese national working in Pakistan. Pakistan has reaffirmed a strong commitment to the prevention and control of non-communicable diseases, addressing a meeting on the prevention and control of non-communicable diseases during the side event of the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York. Pakistan's Director General Health, Dr. Aisha Isani Majid, said Pakistan has formulated a national action plan for non-communicable diseases and mental health to respond effectively. She said Pakistan is enforcing strong tobacco control laws, banning public shisha use, and planning to restrict the use of vape. This is Radio Pakistan giving you the news. Women representatives of the Kashmiri delegation in Geneva have sought the urgent intervention of the United Nations Human Rights Council to secure the early release of veteran activist Khurram Parvez and others booked under India's draconian laws. According to Kashmir Media Service, the representatives in their statement before the Council highlighted the plight of Kashmiri human rights defenders and condemned India's reprisals against them through draconian laws like the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. On the other hand, the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir administration praised the All-Party Hurriyat Conference senior leader Mirwais Umar Farooq under house arrest for the third consecutive day today, preventing him from offering congregational prayers at Srinagar's historic Jamia Masjid. The authorities under the command of New Delhi imposed Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha barricaded all access leading to his residence in Srinagar. The Mirwais Umar Farooq in his tweet said such sanctions are an assault on basic rights and turned worship into a crime. In the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the curfew imposed on Wednesday in Leh area of Ladakh continues on the third consecutive day today. The curfew was imposed in the town after 4 civilians were killed and dozens injured by the firing and tear gas shelling of the Indian police on protesters in Leh town. The people of the region were demanding their political rights, including statehood and extension of the 6th schedule to Ladakh region. The Foreign Office has said the developments unfolded in Leh area of the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir are extremely disturbing. This was stated in a statement issued today in response to media queries regarding the ongoing protests in Leh Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, resulting in the killing of demonstrators. The Foreign Office said the situation demonstrates the Indian authorities' willingness to go to any extent to curb a protest. The statement said it is another manifestation of India's iron-fisted approach in the occupied territory. The Israeli forces in the latest attacks on besieged Gaza have martyred 29 more Palestinians. The martyrdom toll of Palestinians in the Israeli aggression has now risen to more than 65,500 since October 2023. A Greek naval warship has joined the global Sumud flotilla that is attempting to break Israel's blockade of the Gaza Strip. The move came after the statements by the Foreign Minister of Greece, Georgios Europatritis, who confirmed that his country will ensure the safe passage of the boats currently in its waters. And now cricket. In the last match of the Super 4 phase, India will face Sri Lanka in Dubai today. The match will start at 7:30 in the evening. Pakistan and India have already qualified for the final of the Asia Cup that will be played on Sunday. And finally, the weather report. Hot and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link, facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.